What's going on, guys? Mac again here, giving you another quick LSPDFR tutorial. Right now we're going to cover grammar police and PLD, otherwise known as player location display. Before we get started, guys, as always, if you guys like the content here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you can know when we post another video. Also, guys, go ahead and check us out over on Facebook Gaming too. Come give us a follow and drop a like on the page as well. Other than that, guys, really quickly, again, as always, we have our LSPDFR links, proudly brought to you by myself here. I put all this together. I know some other YouTubers have this set up too, but today we're going to cover grammar police right here, as well as PLD right down here, player location display. And this basically just displays your street names on the thing. I'll give you a quick little snippet here. Bam. Just like that. So you guys can see that it also has a status bar on the bottom. You're like, well, how do you get that? Well, I will show you. All right. Again, guys, you're going to need your main game directory, which I've covered enough times here now twice. But again, if you guys want it, give you the pathway. This is the last time I'm giving it to you. So if you haven't yet, pin it to quick access. But this is your main game directory pathway for Steam users especially. So again, once you have it, as always, I've said it before, I highly recommend pin it to your quick access. How do you do that? Once again, right click, pin to quick access. It's that simple. Okay. So you're going to want your main game directory open. And let's start out with PLD. Okay. Now, PLD, you're going to see a few files here. All right, you're going to see media, which I'm sure is just screenshots of everything here. You guys can see it right down here. And that is your PLD. That's the standard setting. All right. So what you're going to want is you're going to want to go into installation files. All right. You'll see there's one, Grand Theft Auto 5, meaning that this is going to go directly into your main game directory. All right. So you guys will grab the ASI and the INI file. You're going to grab these, drag them, and drop them right into your main game directory, okay? And you guys can see that they'll both be right here. Now, really quickly, guys, before we go on, I'm going to show you something. Go ahead and find the pld.ini file, or the configuration setting file. Look for either one, .ini or configuration settings. And let's go ahead and open that up, all right? So these settings right here, guys, okay, I highly recommend that you copy these settings. The only one that you're going to change is going to be this guy. Everything else stayed the same from the standard, but you're going to change the LOC text position Y. All right, you're going to change that to 980. All right, once you've changed that, go ahead and hit File and Save. All right, so once you have that done, what you're going to do is you can exit out of that now. Okay. Once you have that done, you're all set to go. So then you go ahead, exit out of that. And now we're going to open up Grammar Police. Okay. And if this is something that if you guys want to use Grammar Police, you don't have to. I use it. It's an awesome way to actually immerse yourself and talk to dispatch. This is how you get dispatch to listen to your actual voice through your mic. Okay. Now, to install this, what you're going to do is you're going to open up the Grand Theft Auto 5. All right. You guys will see here you have a Rage Native UI. This auto, I think it's ITX3 DLL, a plugins folder, and an LSPDFR folder. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab all four of these. All right. You're going to take these, drag them, and drop them into your main game directory. Okay. And then you'll see that you'll now have a Rage Native UI if you don't already. This Rage Native UI is going to come with most plugins for this game. All right. It's just how they get it to work, everything like that. It's just the application extension. All right. I have the most up-to-date one in here, which is 11.3.2020, which I forgot which one it was for, but I'll end up probably doing a tutorial on it at some point here. So you'll have a Rage Native UI plugin. You'll have that Auto ITX3 in here. And then you'll also notice that you had an LSPDFR and a plugins folder. Now, LSPDFR, this folder is mainly for audio, so we don't really need to go into too much detail about that. That's just audio files for dispatch, everything like that. So with that being said, go into your, oh, not mods folder, my bad. Go into your plugins folder, go ahead and open that up. Okay. And you guys will see there's an LSPDFR folder. Go ahead and open LSPDFR then in your main game directory. Let's open this up. You'll notice there's a grammar police and a grammar police.dll. Okay. So this grammar police.dll is just the application extension. But then you'll also notice inside of here, there's that grammar police folder. All right. You'll notice it's pretty much the same here, except for the custom INI. All right. The reason I have a custom INI is there is a way, if you look at the default INI, this is the one that we want to open. So if you open up the default INI, you'll see a call sign here. All right. Mine is 9Adam3. You guys can change this to whatever you want to. And if you look inside of here, I believe there is a, let's see. I gotta remember if there is, no, not that one. Either way, there is a, oh, here you go. It is the config text, guys. So if you open up that config text, here's your full list of phonetics as far as police are concerned. All right. So you can use numbers ranging from 1 to 9,999. And you can put any one of these in here. This is what it will respond to right here. Okay. So you're not going to use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, nothing like that. It's Adam, Boy, Charles, so on and so forth, as you see here. All right. So go ahead and you can use that. Again, it's the config text file in the WinRAR. That's what you're going to want to go back into your default INI. So again, mine's 9Adam3. You guys can use whatever you want to. Here's English. English US is the default. Push to talk sounds. That again, that has to do with the custom INI and everything like that. Your settings keys though. You'll notice there's F2 and left control. So this modifier, that means you have to hit left control and F2 to open up the settings menu in game. So once you're in the game, hit left control and F2 and it'll pull up the settings folder in there. And you guys can change the push to talk sounds and everything like that. And that's where that custom INI came from that you guys saw. Now, here is where you guys will see also show notifications true and show player status true and show target plate true. All right. I have these all set. So I recommend setting all three of these to true if they are not already. I believe this one is true automatically. So I have changed this one here and this one here. Now, the status text position. Okay, you guys see that? If we go back here and I pull this picture up again for you guys, which I believe it was this one. Notice how it says status on traffic stop. All right, status on traffic stop is that line right there is this right here. Okay. So you're going to want to change this position X, this first one, the status text position X to 388 and change the status text position Y to 1025. So 1025. And then the scale for it is 0.45. Right. And that's going to make it look exactly like that, which is a pretty darn good layout if I say so myself. All right. So I would highly recommend doing that. Also, guys, the pit surrender, I have it changed to 95% because I like them. I like them to end when I pit them because let's be real, no one's going to really take off after you pit maneuver them into a ditch. And then after that, guys, pit ped distance, max peds, pit vehicle distance, and max vehicles. I would recommend setting these. I have mine set to 50. You guys can do that if you want to. Otherwise, when you call the dispatch through Grammar Police and you say dispatch requesting pit, they're going to tell you no a lot because of how many cars or pedestrians are within that area. I don't care. I want the guy to stop. So I want to pit him. That's why I have mine set so high. So I recommend doing it. But again, your guys' game, your guys' call. This is also where you can set the hold to push to talk. So you have to hold the right Alt button, guys. I'm going to cover that right now. Right Alt next to your space bar is the default key to talk to dispatch. All right. You can either have it set to false here. And what that does is you just have to hit it once and say what you need to say, and then it'll automatically time out. Or you can press and hold it, whatever you want to do. Again, your game, your deal. Show in-car animation. You can have it set to true, and it'll show your guy grabbing the walkie in the car if you want to. Once you guys have edited everything you want to in here, again, as always, hit File and Save. And then you can close that out. And again, guys, once you go into game, if you do the left control F2, you can change. So you can see I've changed mine to push to talk 2 and release sound is 2. And there's a few other things that I've changed in here, but nothing as far as major setup. So I'm not going to really cover that. Okay. Once you're done with that, guys, you're all set to rock and roll with Grammar Police. And you guys, I'll show you this too. When you go into here, you see where it says grammar. You can click on that, go to the English.us, and you'll see the custom here and the default. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The README here says do not edit the default. I'm going to tell you right now that I did. So I edited the default and it worked fine. I couldn't get it to work with the custom, so I just ended up doing the default. So again, it's English.us. Okay, English.us. Go into the default. You guys can see here commands and actions. So commands, this is going to be pretty much what it's going to respond to. So if you were to call in and say dispatch 9Adam3 responding, this is how it knows what you're asking it. This is how it knows what you're saying to it. You guys can see that I've added a line in here, so mine is 76. So I'm using 10 codes, pretty standard ones across the board. They vary state to state, agency to agency, and they're always changing. So I use 76 for my responding. So I say dispatch 9Adam3, show me 76, or dispatch 9Adam3, she'll come back and say, this is dispatch, and I'll say, show me 76. And that'll accept the call out. Okay. So you guys can do that. I highly recommend if you're going to add anything, guys, highlight the last one here, hit Control C or copy it, or right click and copy, whatever, however you want to do it. Click on the end of that last one that you just did, hit enter, tab, Control V, or paste, whatever you want to do. And then you can edit this. So if you wanted it to say dog and pony show. Pony show. Now if you say dispatch, show me dog and pony show, it'll respond and it'll show you en route. All right. I'm obviously not going to do that, but you can do it if you want to. Again, if you edit any of these, always hit file and save. All right. And this is just in the default commands. That is the only one that I would change in the default commands, because the rest of these are pretty cool, like be advised, stuff like that. You're not going to use a 10 code for that, or taser deployed. You're just going to say taser's been deployed or taser deployed. Nothing really to change there. So you guys can go back. Now in the actions, this is where your stuff is going to get customizable beyond all belief. There is another accept line. I will tell you that right now. I just went ahead and put 76 in there again for myself. And another thing to add on here, you guys do need to type out the number. Don't just put 76. It's not going to recognize it. You guys have to put 76. Okay. And if you guys are putting numbers, I recommend putting them in all caps. It seems to respond a little bit better. And actually recognize what you're saying a little bit better from what I've experienced. But some people have told me I'm crazy. Some people have told me it worked better. So with that being said, guys, again, I highly recommend if you're going to put 10 codes in, put them in all caps. Again, hit file and save, go through. and you guys can change this for all of them. I'll show you one more, like the biggest one here. Oh, two more. I'll show you two more. So on the traffic one, this is your traffic stops. Mine is 38. Again, all caps, 38. Now, what I highly recommend you doing is, if you're like me and you want to make it as immersive as possible, if you're a male officer and you pull over a female and you pull her out of the car and you arrest her and you're going to search her, most of the time you're going to call for a female unit. I recommend going into the female XML. Okay, again, female XML. Open that up. This is how you're going to call for a female officer. All right. I put it in all caps, female unit. I recommend doing it, but again, your guys' game, your guys' decision. Because if you just say dispatch requesting female officer or female, sometimes it doesn't recognize it. Female unit has worked every single time I have asked for it. Okay. Literally every single time I've asked for a female unit since I put this in, they show up. So again, edit that, file, save, close. All right. And that's it, guys. Grammar Police is all set up. Again, it's right Alt on your keyboard to talk to dispatch, and you are all set to go, guys. All right. So those two coincide and work hand in hand together. With that being said, you guys can now close out of everything, minimize your main game directory or close out of it, and launch your game. Again, guys, hope this tutorial was helpful. If you guys don't mind and you enjoyed your time with me, but also thought it was helpful, hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.